Brad here with Years of Years, and it's This Day in Disney for January 18th.
January 18th, good day.
Yes, and
Good
today we are headed all the way back to 1882.
1882, heading back to the 1800s on the 18th.
There you go.
Wow.
You caught it. So, on this day, Alexander Milne was born in Kilburn, London, England.
Wow.
So, A.A. Milne.
The father of the 100 Acre Woods and our Pooh Bear.
Yes. Yep. I have a classic Pooh Bear.
I got the contemporary Disney Pooh.
Yep. We love Pooh Bear.
We do.
We
quite a bit. We even love, like, Pooh's Grand Adventure. Like, really, a whole lot.
We do.
Like,
yeah.
forever and ever. But I could take forever just talking about it. And I think you have some things to say.
Sure. So, Milne actually graduated in 1903 from Cambridge University. So, he had a great old education.
Yeah. Significant.
And he was
esteemed.
And he was another one of those fellas who worked for Punch magazine.
Wow.
Which we've talked about before. So we recently had talked about E.H. Shepard, who was the illustrator of the Winnie-the-Pooh books. He also worked for Punch magazine. So they knew each other, obviously working there. And Milne had done quite a bit of work until he decided to, write the children's books based off of his own son, Christopher Robin, and his son's playmates, or little toys, which were Piglet, Eeyore, Kanga, and Roo, and Tigger. So those were, all in the stories, and actually his actual toys you can find at the New York Public Library today.
Wow.
I think we've even mentioned that before on here.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's all just tying together, but, it's all because of A. Milne.
How wonderful that they're here in the United States, too. I mean, they could be overseas. What a generous gift.
Even Milne's papers are at the University of Texas, which I found that kind of interesting.
Well, perhaps we celebrated it even more here in the United States than they did over the pond.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. So, Winnie, obviously, way back when we first started doing This Day in Disney, was based off of a bear that Christopher Robin, Milne's son, loved, called Winnie. And he was at the London Zoo, and he had been in World War I, and there's whole great...
That's right. He was a army bear.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
That was a really fun story, so I think you guys would enjoy watching that video too.
Yeah, totally. We'll link it.
Yes, absolutely, because it's just so cute.
Yeah.
So many links here, and there's a surprise link at the end, and those of you who like Mr. Toad over Winnie-the-Pooh, stick around to the end of this video.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad behind, like, just got that collectible there. So cool.
Yes. We love both. So, moving right along, E.H. Shepard, as we have discussed, actually illustrated Winnie-the-Pooh after his son's bear named Growler.
Okay.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
A little confusing.
Tied in there, the information. So, so Rabbit and Owl were not toys of Christopher Robin.
Okay. And
so those just came from Milne's imagination, which is interesting because of Rabbit's character, especially.
Yeah.
But I think you'd need Rabbit,
Yeah, but he's not always right.
No,
I mean, he's not
always not.
Quite often he's completely wrong.
Yeah.
He just,
that's true.
Projects himself into every situation. So.
Yeah, and Owl is a great character as well. The wise old owl who also can be wrong quite.
I love that. So full of opportunities for growth and forgiveness.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're definitely, good characters. We love them all. Eeyore can be super wise, actually, and never thinks. He's so depreciating. Deprecating. Self-deprecating that he never really sees his own wisdom. Yeah. And Pooh too.
And in some ways, isn't he always there? Isn't
Yeah.
Eeyore always contributing? You
Well,
know.
I think of all of them, he gets hurt the most.
Yeah.
Like, really hurt. His tail getting lost, and
Repeatedly.
yeah, I feel bad for
Yeah.
Eeyore.
Yeah.
And then Piglet, you know, it just has that great personality and spunk that, and is
Yeah.
always a little afraid, but is probably braver than
Yeah,
always.
that's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Piglet on the Cavalcade return to Magic Kingdom, and I had to shout out, I had to say, it's all gonna be okay, Piglet, in 2021. It's all gonna be okay. And, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
he's gotta be so concerned. Or is it she? We don't really know.
It's a he.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. All right, so the 100 Acre Wood, that's actually also based off of Ashdown Forest in East Sussex in southeast England, where the Pooh stories were set.
Okay.
So Milne lived near there on the edge of the forest at Cochford Farm, and he took his son walking there, and E.H. Shepard drew all the illustrations were drawn from the forest there.
Okay.
So that's all
Interesting.
very realistic, and even his son said Pooh's forest and Ashdown Forest are identical. So I guess if you're ever in you know,
Ashdown Forest.
Ashdown Forest,
You're
you
in the
can
100 Acre Wood.
experience the 100 Acre Wood, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
So cool.
Yeah, so you know, I think it's kind of cool going back to Punch. That's really where Pooh Bear originated. There was a story called Teddy Bear in there, so that was
Really?
the first one. Yeah.
This Punch magazine, yeah.
It's interesting.
Unbelievable.
But unfortunately, A.A. Milne was disappointed in the success, and so much like these great art authors, and even E.H. Shepard was disappointed that these books were so huge when they had other accomplishments that they deemed just as incredible that didn't get as much attention. So A.A. Milne has a huge body of literary work, which I'd highly suggest you look into and maybe read.
Is it a rumbly and it's tumbly body of work?
Maybe
I'm
with
just
murder
kidding.
mysteries and things like that. So we're, you know, some of us might want to check those out. It'd be fun. He actually really looked up to J.M. Bear.
Okay.
So, you know,
Very
that was
welcome.
his idol. And no,
Oh, I mean, Peter Pan.
That was his idol. Because, anyway, so same situation with J.M. Bear. Same, you know, Peter Pan having all that success. They wanted their other more serious works to at least come through, and it just didn't.
But I mean, to bless the world of children, what greater
Right,
accomplishment.
right,
To
exactly.
inspire so much growth and hope.
Yeah, so that little tie-in
Yeah.
to Mr. Toad. So, in 1930, A. Milne adapted Kenneth Grahame's novel The Wind in the Willows for stage as Toad of Toad Hall. And
That's a significant transition
Yeah.
to Disney's vision.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So, and even Milne had to take out some of the chapters because they just weren't right for stage. And in some of the books produced for The Wind in the Willows, Milne actually gives an introduction.
How interesting that you
Yeah.
bring this up too. 'Cause I mean, you know, it's easy to like think about the fact that, you know, our Pooh Bear replaced our Mr. Toad
Right.
at Magic Kingdom, but they're so closely
They're all
tied as
friends here.
well. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
crazy.
bit of a connection.
So
and
close.
yeah, so I know it's hard that Mr. Toad's gone at Disney World
Yeah.
for lots of you guys, but just remember that
There's a relationship.
these guys,
A.
all these,
Milne loved Mr. Toad
right?
too. Yeah.
E.H. Shepard, J.M. Barr, they all knew each other. They worked together. A lot of them worked for Punch magazine. They were friends, and look at what they've done for the fantasy world that we know and love so well. And luckily,
So much adventure.
Walt Disney saw like their talent and, you know, brought all of it to us in animated features. So really cool.
Preserved
and rides.
Preserved it like no other. You know,
exactly.
Amazing.
Exactly. So really cool. Really enjoyed learning all that too, and learning about the Mr. Toad connection.
Yes.
So hopefully you can share that with your
Thank
friends.
you for that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's it for this day.